game. It's a rich thing.
16,374. And you combine the wickets taken between Bravo and Pollard, it's a miserly little 780, just quite. Phenomenal stats, those. Thank you, Nick Miller. Really is amazing in terms of a stat there. 780 wickets and what, nearly 16,500 runs and nearly 1,000 appearances combined between those two very competitive individuals. Do love that other stat. Bravo has got Pollard out 9 times. He's knocked over his good mate, Kieron Pollard. These aren't bad. Sammy?
Chief in the main to his performances last year, scored 496 runs. This season, really haven't gotten off to the kind of start that the Amazon Warriors would be hoping for. Chandra Paul Hemraj makes his way back into the team ahead of Anthony Bramble. He too had a relatively good 2019 season, getting to 299 runs. And they really forged a formidable platform at the top. The man from the US of A, Muhammad Ali Khan. A very familiar face in these parts, very popular and very successful as well. His returns so far, 1 for 21, 2 for 25, 1 for 32 and 1 for 21. 500. There's no mistake in that.
Champion. Champion. Certainly not mistaking that, Sammy B. Turbo countdown as ever. And just to throw in another little stat, Pollard has never got out the DJ Bravo. He's been dismissed 9 times by DJ Bravo, but not once is Pollard dismissed DJ Bravo. Umps in terms of deciding whether it's wide or not. I mentioned rhythm is the key, whether you're off a long run or off a short run. Spinners, paces. Feel the groove, feel smooth. Solitary slipping. Yeah, that's better. That's what he's looking for, Ali Khan.
I was mentioned a little bit earlier in terms of this pitch and what we've seen so far from it. The Guyana Amazon Warriors, and many of their players would have grown up playing at Providence Stadium. And the conditions here are very similar to that. Tough on this young man. He's had an excellent start to his CPL career, perhaps because of the opposition and the left-handedness in their ranks. A strategic and tactical move.
There is swing out there. And there's a little bit of a glare from the bowler too, with a long follow through. And it's interesting at the moment, the shadow coming across is from the big screen. You'll notice it there in terms of the sun setting rather quickly. Yeah, it's disturbing for Brandon King, trying to settle in. The bowler coming out of the light, but he looks down the pitch and the majority of it is covered in shadow.
When you just thought that it was time for him to go, Kimo Paul managed to get this one over the line. Things have happened in this format, but the bowlers have been magnificent.
Very professional performance for the most part by TKR, which sees Khary Pierre atop the Dream 11 Fantasy League scoreboard. Kimo Paul right in there, Russ Taylor, and then we go down to Hetmyer and Bravo. What Bravo did, I think, is understated for death bowlers. Anyway, the Bet Daily innings break, and what do TKR need? 113 of their 20 overs at an average runs per over of just over 5.5. Back shortly.
How we play.